Hey everybody, welcome back to Politically Incorrect, where we talk about news, politics, and everything in between and piss off people on both sides of the aisle in the process. Disclaimer for this video, I am not a financial advisor. Don't take any of the information in this video as a suggestion or recommendation to invest in any of these stocks or sell any of these stocks. This is mostly just to cover the events going on in the world today, and they are very interesting events, to say the least. One, I will be closing my Robinhood account. I am officially going to be boycotting them. As soon as I can properly setting up two-factor authentication, I've got to send them a bunch of stuff to get my account unlocked. That being said, I definitely do not endorse the platform at this point. Some of the stuff they pulled this week or today, if I get this video uploaded the same day I'm recording it, absolutely unacceptable. So, to catch everybody up, if you haven't watched any videos on this subject matter yet, big hedge fund companies decided that they were going to short sell GameStop to the point where there were more stocks short sold than stocks in circulation at the time. From what I've been hearing, it was around 140%, so 40% more stocks than are available in the open market, meaning stocks that weren't being held by the company itself, basically. Or by the company itself, or maybe it's CEOs and employees, etc. So the process of a short sell is basically the person short selling the stock is going to pay a fee to somebody to borrow their stock. So say this hedge fund company, just throwing ballpark or just throwing random numbers out, says, "Yo, Bob, can I borrow 1,000 of your shares of GameStop?" Like, yeah, I'll let you borrow those. You got to give them back next month, and I need like 10% interest off on, or like 2% interest on whatever. Now, the process or the idea behind the short sell is that they're going to sell them at the current value, which is going to most likely, if they're selling enough of them, so if they can borrow enough stocks and sell enough of them, it's going to reduce the value of the stocks. So when they have to pay them back next month, they just buy the stocks back after a month or whatever the terms of the short sell agreement are, and then they give them back to the person. Inherently, they borrow them at like $10 a share, and give them back when they're at like $4 a share. GameStop's stocks, that is a tongue twister, has been pretty low for like the last year and a half. I had some of their shares at one point in 2020, hoping they would rebound a little bit. Got bored, jumped to a different stock. Anyways, so they borrowed more stocks than are available on the market, basically. Maybe not one company, but multiple hedge funds. Possible. Fast forward to when some Chad on Reddit, we'll say, in the Reddit page Wall Street Bets, goes, you know what? This stock is being shorted a lot. They have to buy those stocks back eventually. I'm going to invest in this. And that pretty much gets you up to how this all started. So what's happening now is a whole bunch of people that want to stick it to the man decided they were going to buy a whole bunch of GameStop stocks, shooting up the value of the stock because of all the trade activity, specifically the buying activity going on. So now we've got people that trade on Robinhood and Webull and stuff like that, holding probably a good chunk, if not the majority, of the stock in the market, excluding the ones the company itself owns, etc. A large portion of those, and the stock is going up. As the stock goes up, the hedge fund companies have to buy those stocks back eventually. So they sold these stocks at, say, anywhere from $3 to $10 a share is when they borrowed them. Now, at one point this week, the stock was over $400 a share. So they're losing like $390, anywhere from probably $100 to $300 or more a share that they short sold at this point. This is enough money to bankrupt these companies, which is why you've got people going cheering this shit show on, me included. I'm definitely cheering this shit show on. I vote that Reddit Robinhood versus Wall Street Robinhood, or Robinhood versus Wall Street, not Robinhood the company, but Reddit Robinhood versus Wall Street as the best drama of 2021. Like, this shit needs to be a movie. Please make this a movie. This is freaking awesome to follow. So now you have a bunch of people that are like, we're going to just keep going. Like, let's put them out of business. More power to you. I would have probably got in on this if I did not lock myself out of my Robinhood account. That being said, I'm kind of glad I didn't get into this because I was trading on Robinhood. So we wake up this morning, and what happens? Robinhood, Webull, and some other stock trading platforms decided that they were going to block users from being able to buy GameStop shares. In the process, they only gave the sell option. So some people got worried and sold. Stock went down. Stock rebounds. It's lost some from its peak value, but it's still way higher than it probably should be. So now we've got a whole bunch of people just stonewalling these companies, these hedge funds, saying, nah, we're not selling. You got to buy it eventually, but we're not going to sell it to you. Trying to get the stock back up. Now we have this 2021 miracle where you have people on both sides of the political aisle going, wait, Robinhood did what? And that pretty much catches you up to today. Ted Cruz and AOC, and I'm going to say this lightly because her statements immediately after kind of changed the tone of the story, but AOC said something I actually agreed with. Holy crap. She wanted to look into the whole thing with Robinhood because they're basically manipulating the market by preventing the probably 100,000 plus people that are putting their money into GameStop just to stick it to the man from being able to buy more stock, causing the stock to tank. Now there's 2 lawsuits out against Robinhood for this shady practice. This is amazing. So now there are factions within this collective buying power that is the people of Wall Street Bets, thinking about going for Nokia, BlackBerry. I think Bed Bath & Beyond was one of them. Different stocks that were being overly short sold to try to keep the pressure on. Where, and there's another group within that group being like, no, we got to keep it on GameStop. We can't split this, focus, So you got a bunch of people completely holding out on GameStop. You got people going for Nokia and BlackBerry and Bed Bath & Beyond and looking for other stocks that they could replicate this magic moment in history. Probably not the best idea. Personally, I think that keeping the pressure on the GameStop stocks until whatever happens, like nobody knows how this is going to end at this point. But I am wishing I could have been involved in this, but I am right there cheering everybody, holding hard onto those GameStop stocks. Man, that's a tongue twister. Holding on to those just to keep that pressure on. Like, dude, you guys are freaking awesome. I'm like 34 going on 35 this year. I lived through the 2008 stock market crash, the bubble, the housing market crash. These guys are no friends of mine. The Wall Street guys, no friends of mine. I definitely applaud anybody putting, some of these people are putting obscene amounts of money on the line just to get a little payback on these guys. Last time I checked, earlier today, the speculation was that it was something like $70 billion that these companies are currently on the hook for between the various short sells that are going on. Not one company, several companies, it's spread out, but it is definitely a substantial amount of collateral damage going on in this whole operation. Not to say it's an official operation, but I do like the term a lot of people are using for this, the GameStop rebellion. Dude, great tagline for that. So that should get everybody kind of caught up on what's going on with GameStop right now. What's going on with the GameStop rebellion. And I have to say, this has been absolutely phenomenal to watch. And I am cheering for all of you guys out there that are holding strong onto that stock. And I hope this works out for you. I've seen some stories of people that put like $50,000 in that lived through the 2008 issues, were hit hard by the 2008 issues. Probably doing a little bit better now and put $50,000 into this just to lay it out on the line and try to get a little, I guess, payback is the best way to put it, against these big Wall Street brokerages and stuff. So I don't know. I'm going to be watching this very closely and seeing how this pans out. I'm very curious to see how it pans out, and I'm curious to see if this is only the start of a series of events like this to really put the market back in check. But the biggest complaint is you have these hedge fund managers and stuff getting their buddies or friends or whatever, these other companies and stuff, to twist the rules into their favor, because some guys on Reddit banding together, we're going to put them out of business. So now twisting and manipulating these rules. Another basically bailout for these big banks that are too big to fail. I don't know what the long-term repercussions would be if they actually did fail. I don't know if it's better that they survive this or better that they go down with a ship that they built for themselves. A very poorly crafted ship with holes that looks like Swiss cheese. But personally, I want to see them go down with the ship. Like, fuck this shit, guys. You dug this grave. We're just pushing the dirt in. Somebody's got to, eventually these people have to fall. Like, they can't just continuously be propped back up and have people turn a blind eye. Like, oh, we don't see anything here. Over and over and over again. They got not even a slap on the wrist, really, in 2008. Not this time. That's my stance. Not this time. This time, you guys need to get more than a slap on the wrist. And I hope that the guys that are putting their effort and their life savings and stuff on the line into the GameStop stocks, I hope that they come out of this with more money in their pockets. And I hope that Robinhood and the other companies that are trying to put a kibosh to all this have to deal with the consequences, And I hope that these brokerages or hedge funds have to pay the price for, quite frankly, manipulating the market. Reddit didn't manipulate the market. They saw through your market manipulation. And they're taking advantage of it. Anyways, like I said before at the start of this video, this is not stock advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't take anything in this video as advice on investments, etc., etc. This is just me telling the story of the GameStop rebellion and giving you my thoughts on the whole situation. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I will be keeping up to date on the situation. If anything changes tomorrow, I'll be getting a video up either Friday or Saturday. And if you guys want to follow along on this journey with me, the subscribe button should be down there or there. I don't know which way the camera's mirrored when it actually goes to YouTube. I really should pay more attention to that. But anyways, if you guys have any friends that are trying to understand the whole situation and you found this video informative, shoot them a link so they can get up to date on what's going on. If you guys have any questions, ask them in the comment section down below, and I will answer to them to the best of my ability, as long as they're not asking for any investment advice for obvious reasons and me not wanting any repercussions on that matter. Anyways, see you guys in the next one.